Hey guys, Superman here from Superman's Fitness. Hey, Houls here from Houls Fitness. Yeah, I know I'm not that funny. Look guys, I just want to do a quick video basically touching on these three things. So diets, macros, BMR, AMR. What does it all mean and what does it have to do with you? Okay, I'm assuming you're watching my channel because you want to know about weight management, and a lot of you, I'm going to say probably 80%, are probably more leaning towards the weight loss. Now, I get a lot of questions about, what diets are good, what should I do regarding my food, how much food should I have, and all that comes into these three headings, these three categories: diets, macros, and BMR. I'm going to touch on diets for starters. Diets, for one, I hate the word diet. I really have a problem when people say, oh yeah, my diet is this. Then I ask them, oh, how long are you on it for? And then they'll say, oh, well, I don't know. Because essentially that's what a diet is, a period of time. So when you say you're on a diet, you're essentially saying that you're only going to do it for X amount of weeks, a month, or, it's not a lifestyle that you want to continue on with. So when you say you're on a diet, all of a sudden you think, I've got a sacrifice. I think sacrifice. So if I was to say to you, being a personal trainer and a transformation coach myself, when I say to you something like, all right, I'm going to put you on a nutrition plan of 2,000 calories a day, okay? Or I say to you, I'm going to put you on a diet. Now, what's the first one, what's the one you're going to say, oh no, to? So if I say, would you rather me say, I'm going to put you on a diet, or I'm going to put you on a nutrition plan of 2,000 calories a day? I reckon you're going to say a nutrition plan of 2,000 calories a day. You don't know what that means yet, but as soon as you hear the word diet, you think sacrifice. I've got to cut something. I've got to do something. And essentially that's what a diet is. You've got to do something, and it's only for a period of time. Myself now, I am on a diet because I'm pre-competition. So I have to do this for a period of time. So it is a diet, and because I don't plan on sticking to it for longer than I have to. Okay, so when I do up my meal plans for my clients, I give them a nutrition plan, a meal plan, consisting of what we call your BMR or your AMR. Now, what does that mean? Basically, BMR means your basal metabolic rate. Now, what basal metabolic rate means is how many calories you burn, how many calories and how much energy you expend on a daily basis doing nothing at all. So that's what basal metabolic rate means. Getting out of bed, sitting on the couch, doing nothing, you burn this many calories, that's your basal metabolic rate. Now, AMR, essentially the same, except it includes your activity level. How much energy is expended with your activity level added on top of it. So you'll find out your BMR, then you'll add your activity levels, and that'll give you your AMR. Now you can do this online going to these calculators, either a BMR calculator or an AMR calculator, and they'll spit out a rough guide to how many calories you're going to eat per day. Now, that number then, I do have videos, and I'll link them up here, and that'll take you to one of two videos, and they'll be my macronutrient videos explaining what macronutrients are and basically how you split up your macronutrients based on these numbers that you were given from the calculators. Okay, so, and then macros, again, those videos will help you out, but macros are your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. Now what you want to do is when you get this number from your AMR, your BMR, you want to split them up according to you. Now everyone's different, and referring to those videos, which I'll put a link in the description below, you can go and check those out, and they'll tell you how to split up your macronutrients for the day. Now again, I'll keep on these topics. Diets, you'll hear diets like intermittent fasting, or if it fits your macro diets, or flexible dieting. The IIFYM, if it fits your macro diet and your flexible diet, are the same. Basically what that means is you can eat almost anything you want as long as you're hitting your macronutrients. So if your macronutrients are split up and you need 200 grams of protein and you need 300 grams of carbs and you need 20 grams of fats, you can eat any foods that hit those numbers. That's basically that's basically flexible dieting, or if it fits your macros. Now, intermittent fasting is where you have a period of time where you fast and then you eat in say an 8-hour or however many hour gap in the day. So there's 24 hours in the day. You'll fast for 16 hours. Yes, this includes sleep. And then for the period left, so the 8 hours left, you fit all your calories in. Now again, you have to work out how many calories you need by getting a rough guide from these, and once you get this number, you can balance it out by testing it for a couple of weeks. So if you get a number of 2,000 calories and then in 2 weeks you found out that you've lost too much weight, obviously your AMR is not 2,000, it's probably a little bit higher, which means you're burning a bit more energy than you thought, but it's a good guide and a nice place to start. So anyway, so again, your diet, your lifestyle, your nutritional plan should be based on your BMR or your AMR. Now, all these diets that come out, intermittent fasting, flexible dieting, if it fits your macros, even paleo diets, I won't get into those, that's another story. Paleo diets is something that I haven't really touched on myself because I haven't got into it, but I will one day, just so I can basically do a review on it. But any video that I've ever seen on paleo diets is pretty much the same. You eat as raw as you can, basically the caveman diet, so obviously not for vegetarians or vegans as such, but you're just eating basically stuff that you don't cook, it's not processed, so it's just meats, nuts, and you don't eat things like wheat, processed wheat, rice or anything like that. So anyway, that's the story for another day. But just with regards to intermittent fasting or flexible dieting, all diets will hit this. You need to hit a certain number. You need to hit a certain number daily to either maintain, gain, or lose weight. And once you find that out, then you go and work out your macronutrients, and you should be able to work out exactly what you need to lose, maintain, or gain weight. And I hope that all makes sense. Don't get bogged down by there are a lot of stuff out there that say you've got to try this, you've got to do this. Essentially, all you need to know is how many calories you burn a day, and then you need to eat towards your goal. If you want to gain muscle, generally you eat about 20% more than your maintenance level. So 20% more than this number. If you want to lose weight, again, this number minus 20%. If you want to stay the same, eat to that level. Eat to your maintenance rate. But don't go and overcomplicate it by saying, I've got to get in my protein shake and I've got to get my carbs straight after I work out, and I've only got this 45-minute window, which is also bullshit. And then, intermittent fasting, I've only got 8 hours, I've got to consume all these calories, and then you're like, well, how many calories have I got to consume? That's how many calories you've got to consume. You've got to work out your body first. You've got to find out what your body needs. You've got to work out your body before you can go and do before you can go and do a lot of these things, because you can't just go on, the Phil Heath diet or some of these other fitness models' diets, because that suits their body needs. That suits their consumption of calories per day. If you go and eat what they eat, they might be eating, for someone who's a fitness model, for example, who's extremely lean, their calorie expenditure is going to be a lot higher than yours because they've got a lot more muscle on them. They might be a lot skinnier than you, but their muscle density and what their muscle needs on a daily basis is a lot more than perhaps yourself. And obviously I'm just going on, if you're looking at these videos, chances are that you're looking to not so much improve, but just better your choices towards your body development, whether that's gain muscle, lose weight, whatever the case may be. But I'm just assuming that I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. So yeah, you can't go and eat their diets that you read in these magazines or see on TV or on YouTube or whatever the case may be, because that suits them. It doesn't suit you. You have to go and find out, your active metabolic rate based on your height, your age, your activity level. Now, look out for my website that will be coming out soon. They will have all these calculators on there. I do explain all this stuff, and like I said, I do have videos on macronutrients which I'll link below. Diets, forget the word diet unless you are dieting. You're not going on a diet. This is a lifestyle. And another thing that I want to touch on is you don't have to sacrifice foods you love, because essentially if you know that you need 2,000 calories a day, you can work it out. You can actually add a great meal, well, I consider a great meal going out to a restaurant, you know, give or take, because you don't know exactly what goes in the restaurant food, however, but you could even work in, I don't want to say it, but McDonald's and KFC into your diet, your nutrition plan. You can do these things, and that's the if it fits your macros style, the flexible dieting style. You can eat almost whatever you want as long as you're hitting this number. You know, if it's 2,000 calories, get your 2,000 calories, but it's important to hit these as well. Now, one thing that I haven't mentioned is, okay, so we're getting our macronutrients, which is your protein, carbs, and fats, but what about all the other goodness that comes from other foods, which are your micronutrients? Now, they're your vitamins, your minerals, things that sustain healthy skin, healthy body, the healthy lifestyle. You know, you could go and eat all the rice and chicken in the world, but you're going to be missing out on a lot of vitamins and minerals that comes from your vegetables, you know, and eating certain types of legumes or whatever, you know, the healthier range. You can't just go and eat McDonald's all the time, and hey, you will hit your macros with eating McDonald's, but their food is shit in regards to it's processed, and what you need to know is you're not going to get those vitamins and minerals. So of course I always advocate eating the healthier choice of foods, and you're not stupid, you know what they are. But as long as you're hitting this number, you can almost eat whatever you want. Don't go and eat it all the time. That's just stupid. But you can know that you can have these things and you can actually fit them into your diet. But when you know that you need X amount of calories a day, it gives you a great base to base your foods around. So if you know, oh yeah, you know, if I have a handful of nuts, 30 grams of nuts equates to, you know, 100 calories. Alright, so then I know that I can have maybe 2 handfuls of nuts a day, which is roughly about 30 grams. Things like that. And once you don't have to count calories all the time, if you do it for a week, and I always recommend, there's a lot of calorie counting software on the internet. The best one that I've found by far, and if you don't know it already, is myfitnesspal.com. They have a database of foods that people log in all the time, so they're already good to go. You can type in Coles tuna, for example, and it'll bring up Coles branded tuna, and it'll already have the nutritional value there. All you gotta do is select it, how many tins you had or how much you had, and bang, the nutritional value, it'll split the macros for you. It'll say, in this tuna, it's got, you know, 16 grams of protein, it's got 4 grams of carbs, and it's got 6 grams of fat. It's good fats, which you need, which are essential. Don't be scared of fats. Don't be scared of proteins. Don't be scared of carbohydrates. These are all essential macronutrients you need daily to survive, to, you know, to be Superman. You know, these people don't understand it. They just get overcomplicate things. And I wanted to make this video short, but I can feel myself going off on a rant. So I'll stop. Houls. It's just that it doesn't need to be that hard. Diets, forget them. Eat what you want, but know how much you need to eat. That's the importance. That's the critical thing. You can eat when and whatever you want, as long as you're hitting this number. You know, if you're going over that number, you're going to put on weight. That's the bottom line. If you're going under that number, you're going to lose weight. That's the bottom line. It is that simple, essentially. Find out what this is, work out how many macros you need, again, links in the description, and forget this. In fact, forget diets. Go with a nutrition plan and live that lifestyle. Know that eating healthy is better than eating shit, obviously. But hit this number. If your number is 2,000 calories and you hit that for 5 out of 7 days a week, you're laughing. If those 2 days a week you go and decide you want to have, you want to blow it out and you want to have, it's not going to kill you. 1 or 2 bad meals is not going to make you fat, just like 1 or 2 good meals aren't going to make you skinny. So don't stress the details. Find out what this is. Your active metabolic rate. Give yourself an idea of how much energy in the way of food, in the way of calories you need daily. Basic. Find out what macros you need for yourself. Again, link in the description to find that out. Again, but this is the important one. Find out what you need. Forget this. Eat when you're hungry. Don't overeat. As long as you know this, you're fine. Guys, thanks for listening. Any questions? Questions? I don't even know what I'm saying. Any questions or comments, put them below. Yep, put them below. And I'll get back to you. Have a great day. And don't forget to subscribe. See you later.